Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 931st day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 631,420 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,220 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 18 tanks, 48 armored combat vehicles, 52 artillery systems, 1 multiple launch rocket system, 80 drones, 79 vehicles and 10 pieces of special equipment. Finland announced the 25th military aid package for Ukraine valued at €118 million. The Russians launched 122 combat clashes and carried out 59 airstrikes, including 81 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 751 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,391 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Iran has provided Russia with FAT-360 close-range ballistic missiles. These missiles have a range of 120 kilometers and can deliver a 150 kilograms warhead with high accuracy. Iran has previously supplied Russia with drones, artillery, and support for domestic drone production. The delivery of ballistic missiles marks a significant escalation in the military relationship between Iran and Russia. These missiles will bolster Russia's ability to conduct precision strikes against Ukrainian targets near the front line, preserving longer-range missiles for deeper targets. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Russian forces continued counterattacking throughout the Ukrainian salient in Kursk Oblast on September 12 but made only marginal gains, likely due to continued Ukrainian offensive operations and defensive counterattacks in the area. Russian forces have so far advanced in areas of Kursk Oblast that Ukrainian forces were not yet fully controlling nor attempting to control, and Russian forces will likely face more difficulty when counterattacking further into areas of the salient where Ukrainian forces do have control. A Ukrainian HIMARS strike reportedly damaged a temporary pontoon bridge across the Seine River and wounded a group of nearby Russian troops on September 12. Russian authorities have reportedly deployed additional elements of the Russian 106th Airborne Division to Kursk Oblast and may begin redeploying more combat-experienced forces to support ongoing Russian counterattacks and future counteroffensive operations against Ukrainian forces in Russia. The United Kingdom will reportedly allow Ukraine to use UK-provided long-range Storm Shadow missiles to strike military objects in Russia in the coming days. Russian President Vladimir Putin continues rhetorical efforts aimed at influencing the ongoing Western policy debate about granting Ukraine permission to use Western-provided weapons against military objects in Russia, although Russia has not previously escalated militarily against perceived Western violations of Russia's red lines. Russian forces struck a civilian cargo ship transiting through the Ukrainian grain corridor in the western Black Sea on September 11, likely as part of a renewed Russian effort to undermine international confidence in the safety of the corridor. Russia continued its efforts to enhance relations with non-Western countries at the meeting of BRICS high-ranking security officials and advisors in St. Petersburg. Iran and Russia are downplaying their disagreement over the Zangezur corridor project in the Caucasus. Russia is continuing to balance its relationships with Iran and the Gulf states. Russian investigative outlet Dossier Center published an investigation on September 12 into the Kremlin's efforts to consolidate its influence over the Russian information space via telegram ahead of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russian forces recently advanced north of Chasiv Yar, southeast of Pokrovsk, and west of Donetsk city. Former Roscosmos head and Zaporizhia Oblast occupation Senator Dmitry Rogozin claimed on September 12 that the first group of the newly formed Bar-Samut volunteer detachment signed military service contracts with the Russian MOD and are training for deployment to the front line in Ukraine. Zelensky gave a speech at the opening of the 20th annual Yalta European Strategy meeting and spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, urgency for stronger military support. He emphasized the need for timely and decisive military aid, particularly long-range weaponry and air defense systems. Delays in assistance allow Russia to continue its attacks without restraint, while Ukraine struggles to defend itself. He called for concrete action from allies rather than vague promises of support. Secondly, the role of international partners. He highlighted the critical role that international partners, especially the US and UK, play in Ukraine's defense strategy. He discussed the importance of equipping Ukraine with sufficient military capabilities to change the course of the war and bring Russia to the negotiating table. He also mentioned upcoming discussions with President Biden to present a victory plan. Lastly, moral clarity and global response. He criticized the double standards in the global response to Russian aggression, pointing out that Russia continues to receive military supplies while Ukraine faces hurdles in securing defense packages. He stressed that the war will only end when Russia feels the true cost of its actions, and urged world leaders to take stronger measures to force peace through Ukraine's empowerment. The fourth summit of First Ladies and Gentlemen, initiated by Ukraine's First Lady Alina Zelenska, focused on protecting childhood, ensuring a safe future. The event highlighted the collective responsibility of adults to safeguard children, especially in the context of war. Panels addressed critical topics such as child safety during conflict, family and school environments, online security, and the impact of war on nature reserves. The summit featured global leaders, discussions on solutions, and the results of a study revealing parents' growing concerns about modern threats to children. A joint declaration was issued to unite global efforts in protecting children's rights during armed conflicts. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.